I have good news and I have bad news. What do you guys want to hear first? Hi, thanks for clicking on Simply Tanika. I am Tanika. If you are new here, welcome. Hit that subscribe button. Let's hang out a while. If you are returning, welcome back. What's up, fertility fam? We gotta do what? Let's get those babies, ladies. Drops fall and the beauty of it all. Good morning, fertility fam. How are you? Today is Monday. It is the 12th of August. Happy belated wedding anniversary to my sister. The 11th is her wedding anniversary. Yeah, I have my follicle scan today and lining check. So it's my first monitoring appointment. We had baseline last Wednesday. I've done 5 nights of meds and 1 morning of Cetrotide. I'm going to mix up 1 more Cetrotide now and then take a shower and head home. I'm at my weekend spot. I used this this weekend, which I showed you guys on Saturday and I posted on Instagram yesterday. But it's so far so good. I'm loving it. Didn't forget anything. Running a little late, so let's get this set up so I can get in the shower. All right, all done. I'll see you at the clinic. Hey fam. All right, I'm headed to the subway to get myself home. I forgot to say happy birthday to House Jamisha. Yesterday was her birthday, and then I think, Friday or Saturday, Four Lady Leo had a birthday. So happy birthday, Four Lady Leo. Happy birthday, House Jamisha, and happy anniversary to my sister Erica and her husband, Kendrick. I was thinking Dunn, which is their last name. I didn't forget his name. All right, see you guys in a little bit. Good morning. Good morning. Hi, how are you? Hello, doctor. I'm well. How are you doing?
Great. So you started that Cetrotide yesterday?
Yes, I did, and I did one this morning as well. When I came in last week for my blood work, they didn't do my FSH. Did you not want to see?
I think I did it later.
You did it later? Okay.
Yeah, let me check it.
Okay.
Yeah, I because they told me that, and I said, no, do it. So it should be.
Okay.
Check on it. It seems like we're going to do better than 1, huh?
Yikes.
I think we may want to reassess this because you're taking a lot of medication for just
One, yeah.
follicle. And we did the S-trays and the annuals, right?
Yes.
That's a protocol I like for cases where you want to start really from scratch.
Right. Yeah, we did it from cycle day 21. Half of it's Cetrotide, half of that,
Yeah.
and 4 milligrams of the estrace.
What do you think? Would you go for 1 follicle?
No, I think we should wait. That's why I was wondering about the FSH, because I know before if it's over 20.
Get dressed.
Okay.
And then check it.
Okay. All right, I made it back to the office, and I have good news and I have bad news. What do you guys want to hear first? Good news is, no, let's do bad news and then we'll get to the good news. Bad news is we are not moving forward with this cycle. As heartbreaking as that is, I think it's the right decision. I spoke with Dr. O. There's a dominant follicle. It's 9 and the others are not. They're so far behind that they're negligible at this point, and he doesn't feel like they'll catch up. I'm already on a super high dose of meds, and so originally he said, well, how do you feel about just having the 1? And I was like, and he was like, we can wait to get your E2 back and then make a decision from there about changing your meds. But that means I'd be on an even higher dose. And I don't know if you guys know, the higher the dosage goes, the more it's associated with more abnormalities with the eggs. So it just increases aneuploidy, which is the abnormal eggs, So yeah, that really didn't make sense. So yeah, that's the bad news. The good news, my FSH was 4.4. I didn't report on it last week because they didn't run the test. They ran AMH instead. I think it was just a miscommunication. So when the nurse had called that day, I asked specifically about it. And she's like, he didn't order it. And I said, that's weird because if it's over 20, I shouldn't be stimming. So later that day, they, obviously they still had the blood work. They retested or tested additionally, however that works. Which they did that one time at Columbia, where they hadn't done it, but they still had the blood. I don't know how that works, but 4.4, which was great, which means I responded really well to the protocol of the half of acetratide and 4 milligrams of the S-trace for the 7 days, right? So we did it at 7 DPO through the start of my cycle till the 3rd day, or actually till the 2nd day, because I went in on the 3rd day. Anyway, my body responded really well to that. It did not respond really well to the stim. So what we're going to do is I have to track ovulation again. Yay. And I say yay facetiously. I still have all my sticks, so it's a good thing I did order them last month, even though I was like, should I really? So I have that. I need to start temping again. I haven't been because I thought, well, we're doing retrieval. So tomorrow I will begin temping again. Those of you who are over on Kindara, I will post my chart. Help me out, cheer me on, send me prayers and baby dust, please. And then we'll do it all again. 7 days after ovulation, I'll go in, we'll do blood work, confirm I ovulated, and we'll start the half dose cetrotide, and then 2 milligrams of S-trace in the morning and 2 milligrams of S-trace in the evening, and wait for the cycle to start. So that's what we have going on. The protocol will be, we'll do a Femara and low dose of the gonal F and low dose of Minipure, which Lily G, TTC, recommended several times before, and I had mentioned it to the doctor, and when we talked about it, he was like, well, this dose is lower than what you did previously, because I said I'd like to do a lower dose because I don't think I responded as well to the high dose. So at Columbia, I was at 450 of gonal F, and originally we started off, my first protocol here was meant to be 300 of gonal F, which, yes, is less than 450. By the time I started, it had changed to 400. So it's pretty high dose. It's almost half a pen, right? Because I have the 900 pen. Half a pen is 450. I was taking 400. So we're going to do it lower. I love the idea of the Femara, so I'm not bummed about that. I will talk to you guys tonight about it. There's a lot of research on people that have like poor responders, which I am, have had great success with the Femara and the injectables doing an IVF. And so I'm excited about that. I'm not sad at all. And it gives me more chance now that I know about these intravenous meds to continue taking that. Because as we know, it takes really 90 days overall for our eggs to kind of receive nutrients prior to them being called when they're called at the end. I'm not saying this right. I will explain it better tonight. I want to get my thoughts together. My point is, I'm bummed, obviously, that my 6 eggs did not make it. But I think I am happy about the path forward. And he left it up to me. He wasn't saying, like, you have to cancel. He left it up to me if you want to move forward with one. Because remember, we're planning on doing egg banking anyway. So I was like, I don't know that it makes sense given the last time, you have the attrition rate. You start with the number, like, that's up here, and then you keep going down. Like, last time I started with 7, then it went down to 5, then it went down to 3, and I retrieved 1. So if I'm starting with 1, it's really fast to 0. So, and of course, there's no guarantee, right? I could still start off with 6 and still end up with 0 at retrieval. I understand that. But if you're a gambler, the odds are not in my favor starting off with such a low number. I have better odds if I start off with a higher number. So that's what we're going to do. I am going to mentally prepare myself. I have to cancel my vacation because I took a week off for next week because I thought that would be retrieval. So I'll just I'm going to cancel it. And then as my cycle progresses, I'll put it back on the calendar and we'll figure that out. So yeah, it happens. It happens. So canceled, cycle canceled. We're going to start over. But again, I'm excited. I'll explain it to you better tonight, like what I'm saying about the Femara and the low dose, like why I feel like that's a better path forward, especially given that my FSH was 4.4. Yeah. I'll explain all that. And I'll explain my plan for the IVF meds as well. All right, I'll talk to you guys tonight. So it makes sense, and it's just one, well, it makes sense given what's going on. Two, I think the approaches for next steps are better than where we were because it is the lower dose, and I've just read a lot about the lower dose being better for quality. Like there's something about the higher dose, like the harder you have to make your body work and the more drugs you give it, it impacts the quality. So I think my focus right now is quality over quantity, and to take that step back and try to get the highest quality, but obviously more than one, because one you can get without the meds, right? Like my body gives up an egg every month, so yeah.
Yeah, no, that makes sense to me. And like I said, you have a doctor to give you medical advice, so I believe that you have to go with that and what you know about your own self. Other than the kind of the worries that are coming up, how have you been doing emotionally?
I feel like I've been doing okay. I've been exercising. I went out to Central Park yesterday, hung out in a hammock for a little bit, which was really nice. I took it easy on Saturday, which was my plan. I went to yoga on Friday. I did like this wellness thing on Friday too. So I feel good about that. I feel like I'm more focused on being good to myself than I had been previously.
Good.
And that feels good.
Yeah, absolutely. You're going to feel more stable and be able to kind of ride the waves easier. And what else can you control? I mean, like, that's what you have control over, so why not?
Right.
Why not take control of it? Yeah, that's great. Good for you.
Yeah, and I'm going to acupuncture tonight, so we'll see. Like I said, today was just a little bit of a setback, but I'm like, I think overall, I feel like I'm in a good place compared to where I was at this point last month.
Okay.
Because there was another delay where I'd missed the ovulation and that, but this feels a little more informed as far as like, okay, we have a clear next step. And I mean, to your point, there are always so many unknowns in infertility, like treatments. Like you could think it's going to be this, and you have this, kind of path cleared, and then something else happens. So I think just keeping my mind ready to just accept what's happening, and also to your point of like knowing what my limits are. Like I definitely want to do another cycle. I know that for sure. I want to try it again, and then I'll figure out from there if that still makes sense. But I think overall I'm in a better place than I was this time last month.
Good deal. Okay, so not really any significant depression, and anxiety feels manageable. Things just crop up now and again, like a worry or a thought, and then you kind of figure out how to stay busy and reduce it.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. I mean, anxiety is a lot less than it was. I think I've been doing like some mindfulness stuff and the yoga, and it's a lot. I don't have that. It's not as prevalent as it was, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, and it sounds really normal to me. Like I said, I don't know anybody. Of course, I talk to people who need to talk to me, but frankly, I just can't imagine going through this process with stress-free. Stressful.
Yeah.
It's just stressful.
It is.
And there's too many unknowns moving into it. Just expect that you're going to feel stable the whole way through.
Right.
No. Okay. Well, tell me what else you need from me at this time. Like, what else can I be helpful with? What else do you want to talk through?
I think that's it. I think what you said has like reinforced, like, and you've given me some new nuggets to think about. So yeah, that's what I needed.
Okay, good. Well, I'm glad. Well, let's talk about a follow-up then. So it looks like you're going to have a little bit before you're starting the next stimulation.
Yeah, so maybe in 5 weeks, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.